check. He's hoping that he can find some positivity in the food.
Good early morning, everyone. T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire. Whew, with the side bet on XM and Future Digibot OG. As you guys know, when I go live, I don't look at the chat for the first like 7 or 8 minutes. We go over the board. I don't want to see anybody who's here because I just plan on there being nobody. And that's just the way I do things. So yeah, this is a pain in the ass, but every time I click on this, I'm actually deleting a line. So annoying. Jeez, look at all those fucking drawings. But anyhow. So XRP seems to be building this right shoulder. I was in the 1 hour before I came on just because, to me, I almost feel like I should clear this out. There we go. Okay, so, yeah, I did it. I cleared it out so we can see. So, if you pull it out even farther than the 1 hour, come into the 4 hour, and I see some serious reasons why, you know, we can believe that our pattern is starting to happen. Look at this on the 1 hour. We've already come down twice to this level. You know, I feel like we've got to at least touch down to here. There's a significant indicator over here. And we basically came out, we didn't quite head and shoulders, but it's enough for a formation. If you look at it all the way around, you see over here, we had all this stuff happening over here, but we also had a lot of stuff happen over here in this area. So we knew that was going to be a complicated area on the way back down. Whoops. Because you often get the same exact structure on the other way, just in the opposite way. So we come over here. I mean, that's pretty similar. The only problem is here is since we're creating the right arm instead of going up to the head. You know, and then there's something over here. I mean, we're not just going to drop like that. It's over here somewhere where we'd have to go, or over here. I'm just saying, if you look, we're creating this kind of a formation, and then we can dick around. You know? Eventually, though, I'd be shocked if we don't get at least to here at some point. Shocked. But then I went deeper in the formation. If we do break down past there, that's what I'm saying. The possibilities are endless. Because it seems to me, even at this level, it was saying this is a pretty safe spot to come back to. Did technically have an M in the formation, too. So, I mean, like, if it comes back down here, I wouldn't be surprised. The problem is, though, the closer we get to May 1st, you know, I think there's going to be a big pump on the 1st. Whether or not we can get into it is another question, because what if they shut down, you know, what if something happened? What if the, you know, the 15 days of darkness in May, what if that's true? So I said, I don't care if it's $1.25, $1.90 on fucking, you know, before May 1st. I'm buying it before the clock goes to 12 o'clock. It'll be sometime way earlier than that. So if it's not down by, you know, the 30th, well, so be it. I already feel bad by not having it right now. I should have, but I was asleep when it happened. I should have bought it here and just bought like a couple thousand of them to have it, you know, at 95 cents, 97 cents. But I'm trying to let this extremely long pattern play out. You know, something like that's going to happen. Ethereum was playing real strong earlier, but look what's happening now. Hasn't come down a lot, but it's starting to top off. And no. Yeah, I'm just going to delete all of, whoops. But it's the same on all these formations. You can go back. I'll go to the 45 so it's a little bit smaller. But man, Ethereum's pattern's so fucking long. These are all such long patterns. Look how far that comes down though. I mean, I don't think we could come back down that far. I just don't, because we made the move up. But it's somewhere in this range? Probably not. But that's not out of the possibility. That's not out of possibility. But there's a lot of options that can happen here, depending on how far down we go. You know? That's why I think we have a really strong possibility that this could come back. It just all depends if they all fall down. But I think somewhere in the 30-cent range for this is such a strong possibility. I don't really see it falling down here, but I mean, you never know. But that's where it did go up. The pattern never came down off of here and reinverted, so a lot of these are strictly following Bitcoin. I'm actually surprised to see Bitcoin under 55,000 by this far now, to be honest with you. I thought it was going to be a little slower coming down. I really did. But it's forming now. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Look at these formations. Bitcoin's coming back down to like 40,000 minimum. I think this is a safe bet that Bitcoin would be in this range. Could it get support here at 44,000? Sure. Could it find a bunch of volume and go way up? Yeah, that's also a possibility. It's a funky chart, man. Coming up from 15 cents roughly and then bouncing up and just keep going, but never, you know, there's a strong possibility we'd come back into this area. Don't think we'd go below here, like I said before, at worst. Because I don't think we would go back to here. But when you go back farther in the, you know, because we went up, came down. But we've never double bottomed since the move up. It is a nice consolidation period, but I feel like we're going to have a huge sell-off. It just, the charts are speaking it. I can't help, and it keeps forming it. It's going to be a lot. There's a lot there. See, I love Angie. Thank you very much. I told you I'm psychotic. I go through these comments so quick. But yeah, here I'll look at my comments now, see if anybody's even watching. If not, I'm just gonna keep doing it like I normally do because this is kind of like just a video. Before I go any farther, though, I'm not a financial advisor. Should you take my advice? No. I always say it. There's no reason to take the advice of somebody on YouTube. You don't know me, I don't know you. But you should take serious consideration into the, you know, next level technical analysis. It's that simple. Hey, I wonder Hey, the super chat does work. Let's go. DTC, thanks for the $4.99. Hell yeah. Pregu, welcome in. I'm good, brother. I'm good. Jason, welcome from North Carolina. I'm up here in Michigan. Or down here in Michigan. Well, up here from you. Leganaki, welcome in. Jason, folding the joint. Yeah, I just packed a bowl, actually, too. Yo, Lewis. And like I said, DTC, thanks for that $4.99. Uncle Philly, welcome in, brother. Prager, is there something specific? Well, I'm telling you, sometime in May, probably early May, we're going to get a dismissal. I feel it. Shane, welcome in, brother. Toby, my man. Omar, welcome in. Angie, welcome. You be safe on your way to work. I'm glad you could come in and say hi, for real. What's up, Peter, my guy? Kareem, welcome in. Mike Concho, always good to see you, brother. No, I don't see us crashing yet. We're still building this right shoulder. You'll know we're crashing when we get below that 118 line. Yep. What's going on, Brandon? Welcome in. But yeah, I decided I don't want to do subscriptions. I just don't. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are pushing me to do it, but guess what, guys? At the end of the day, it's my decision. And I know how it is to have no money. So if somebody's only got $2 in their bank account, and I'm trying to charge them even $10 a month so they don't have to watch ads or so that they can watch this live stream, I think that's unfair. So I can only do what I can do, you know. So I don't want to take somebody's last dollar. Like I always tell people, if you can donate it. But if not, at the end of the day, I started a class that I'm teaching. I've got 25 people enrolled in it. So, you know, I'm putting my talents to good use, and I'm going to try to teach you guys as much as I possibly can. And I'm going to try to do it professionally within the 1 hour setting in the class. But if we go over, we go over. Some of you guys are in the audience. Oh, wow. Shane, thanks for the $5, brother. I'm so glad to see a couple of you donate because I didn't know if it worked or not. Like I said, I didn't turn anything else on. I took some advice. Peter, I think Peter made a great suggestion though with a few things, so I took that into consideration. And it, you know, and a couple of you, Angie, you know, there's a couple other people that, you know, showed a lot of support. And at the end of the day, I'm like, you know what? I need to stay true to myself. My soul's like, you're not charging shit. Honestly. Oh, Andu. Because you got to put the notifications to all. You might have already done it. Yep. Oh, even though when you... Yeah, I don't know, Andu. I don't think they promote my channel very well with the notifications. I get so many messages about people not seeing when I go live. It makes me sick. I mean, just when I have a video come out in general. So I notice when I go to bed, when I wake up, I have 3 times the views sometimes on videos. I'm like, what the hell? Because sometimes it's time sensitive. So, you know, we got to watch it. Yeah, Toby, that's a shame. See, what a fucking joke. Toby, for real, though, tell your wife I said thank you. She makes things very easy. Steve Madden. Oh, Mike, thanks for the $4.99, brother. Holy shit. Mike Hontro's like one of the oldest OGs. Like, he's been here for so fucking long. I know I've only been doing this for just under a month. But that guy's been here showing me support since I was a nobody. Farken, what's up, brother? No, thank you, Toby. Both of you, for real. Bitcoin is being resilient right now. I know, dude. I told you these patterns will make your head spin because they're so long. It's so hard for me to put good content out. And you know what else, guys? Guess what? I can't play anymore unless I take the intro off. I can't play my intro anymore. I want to say, once I rejected their monetization, YouTube went back to a few of my videos, and apparently SME, you know, with my final countdown, they said, we're not copyrighting you, but they've chosen to take monetization off of your video if you chose to use it. It's like, I don't even take monetization off the video. How are they going to take it? Well, we might have to make a mock intro. I still have Sherman. I still have the same intro, but I might have to put a different song on the back. It's so dumb. Like, when do you think they'd want me to promote the... And I don't want to get kicked off YouTube, because then that wouldn't be any fun, because then I couldn't, continue to broadcast to you guys. I know, that's why I said protest SME. I don't even know who the hell SME is. It must be somebody coordinated with whoever made that song. Or if that, I don't even know. Maybe that's the name of the group. But it's funny that it only happened after I rejected the monetization. Or I could just go dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. And then I'll have, you have to hear T-Speaker 222 hum it because SME's a bunch of pussies. I should get it because maybe I could do something funny with it. I definitely need Sherman, though. Sherman's my man. I don't know why he's Sherman. He just is. But Bitcoin's being resilient because it has to... If you look at it in the 4 hour... Man, I wish... But you've got to create the right side. What goes up must come down the same way. I don't think we're going to get back up here, though. Like, that's the problem for Bitcoin. It tried to get up. It couldn't even get up to that part right here. But... for whatever reason, it keeps dumping at a certain level, and it's scary to watch because who the hell knows what's going to happen. Honestly, all it takes is some volume to come in, and it can completely flip our pan, and that's why I said we have the bailout plan. I would know probably before 153 if we had some volume, and I would be getting back in with you guys, and it'd be no harm, no foul. But it would also suck because I have such high hopes that I can get back in cheaper. But, at the end of the day... It's a gamble. That's why I keep saying it's 50-50, but it's still looking promising for us. I mean, look at the bottom, guys. Look at the bottom. Look how low that fucking volume is. That's crazy. It would only take some volume to dump down to get rid of it in a massive way, but at the same time, if we got some volume, I mean, you got some massive levels to clear out up here. That's the problem. You got a massive level up here. You've got a massive level right here that, right now, if you remember all day it was using as support. Be warned, this is like, I have no idea what the fuck that was about. But this is being used as resistance now, as to where earlier it was support, even when it came over. But I said earlier, I thought there could be another push up here one time, just to prove that that ain't dick. And then it would come down. But I was surprised earlier, to be honest with you. I was very surprised that we had an east-meets-west right here. Because I thought there was a lot more strength at this line right here. So I really did. So once that happened, that topped it right there at 139, 140. And look what happens every time it comes up there. So either something's setting up for a little bit of a push-up. Or this is the next formation of a double top. You got left shoulder, right shoulder, an inverted head, and then it just comes down. It's hard to tell, though. It's hard to tell. It's not quite a W. It's a little W within the formation, but I mean, there's nothing about this formation that I would buy. I can tell you that right now. There is nothing that I would buy. All right, Angie, you take care. Please drive safe. I need those hearts, and I need the positivity every time I post a video. I really do. Because when I had nobody following or subscribed, shit, there was nobody. Nobody. But I would always get that. Everybody tune in and welcome, welcome, welcome. If it's your first time here, hit that subscribe button. At the very least, hit the like button. Let's see how many likes we got. 15, 16, not bad. I can't believe how quick this community is growing, though. It is something special. But yeah, that's the scenarios. You can get a bounce up, and then it's going to, it'll be a fake bounce. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think we'd be more likely to this. Because, I mean, I know a lot of you guys don't know what patterns are, so I'm not just going to try to say it. I'll bring up the pattern. And I don't ever use these. So you tell me what you think. I mean, assuming I can even find it, because I swear I never use any of this stuff. I just know what the patterns look like. It's not exactly a pitchfork. We need one that pulls back, though. That's the problem. There's so many pitchforks. I have the shift pitchfork is what I like. But it's not exactly a shift pitchfork is the only problem. This formation does not... You know, this isn't exactly a pitchfork. Shit, I turned it the wrong fucking way. You guys can blame the pen for that one, even though I dropped it. Fucking pitchfork, stop. Where the fuck did that go? Yeah, I'm not using that. Basically, I hate these stupid forks and all this crap. It's better when you can do it yourself. Hate these stupid inverted things. Fuck this. I'm just going to show you what I mean. I'll draw it myself. So basically it's going like this, and then it would pull back. You know, once it gets done with this, you've seen it many times if you watched me. But it would pull back to one of these levels. It would snap back. See, this is where it would snap back to like 133 in one of these kind of patterns. If it failed to break up, it would immediately come back down here, because it's kind of like I always tell people, think of like when you're raking the leaves. If you start making a pattern like that, here, let me delete this out again. If you start making a pattern like this, you know, just think of you're raking. Because eventually the volume's going to die going up, and it's only going to have negative volume, because obviously there's a continuous negative volume right now. It's also descending, so it needs some kind of a push up. You know, there's going to be a cross somewhere here, and I don't know where it's going to be, but I'm assuming it's going to be here again, and then it's going to have to make a decision. If it can't stay over 133, look out. I mean, it's a significant possibility. And normally inversion would be good, but look at the way it was met. Got inversion coming off of that. And you got steady, little inversion, but it's a tough one. That looks to me like we're just building off the right side of this formation is what it looks like to me. Like I always say, I could be wrong. Nobody special, I'm just T-speaking. What's up, Danny? Welcome in, Shiloh. Lewis, welcome in. Yes, Lewis, correct. I heard 15 Days of Darkness, everybody, in my conspiracy studies. It's going to be like, I mean, they were calling it the Dark Winter or Black Summer or whatever. The Black Darkness, you know. It's going to be when everything switches over. And then if you don't have XRP, if they did do something like that, by the time you're ready to buy it, that's why I said it could literally go overnight. I don't think that's untrue, because if they did adopt it, and all the money collapsed, you know, hey, that's why I tell people, they're like, I can only buy 1,000, and you're saying you're going to buy 5. I'm like, that's my goal. I had 7 before. But if I only had 2,000 or 3,000, I'd be fucking thrilled. Like, even if I had 1,000, think about it. Even at fucking 85 cents, if you had 1,000, you're throwing $800 in there. If you're going to throw 1,000 shares at it right now, then you could throw like 1,500 if it goes down. I don't know. Nobody knows why it's made, but Putin made a slip in Russia. And he accidentally referred to he said 15 days. It's supposed to be 10 days, but who knows? Who the hell knows? Leganako, that is a legend. That person's gonna be so fucking rich. Even though they have 800,000, they probably are not doing bad. You're right, Mike? Yeah, I don't know if it's true, but that's just what's going around. If they get dismissed, it'll give them pretty much clarity, Prager, only because of the language that's already been that's already been put out by the judge. Welcome, Blunt Trauma. I bet you the wrong guys did. Couldn't even flush the toilet, those fucking selfish pricks. That's exactly why I can't have YouTube running my show. There's no way they would let me talk like this. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome. Mitch, welcome in, brother. Yeah, you guys finally caught me, some of you. I activated whatever the hell they call it on YouTube. I felt so stupid when you guys were talking about it. I'm not even sure what it's called still, where you can donate while I'm live. I don't even know what it's called. You guys keep telling me that I needed to activate it. I had no fucking idea what you were talking about once I became. So I don't know. I don't know what it's called. I don't even know what it's called. I feel stupid. The hotkeys or the hot fucking chat or I don't know what the fuck it's called. A couple people have donated, so I know it works. If you guys wanted to donate, but you don't want to do it unless everybody can see it because you wanna get your jollies off, now would be the time. I'm in a good mood tonight. My mom decided to come over and she took my son a little earlier, so he spent the night with Grandma. So I cooked dinner for me and Julie, and then, she's passed out now. Uncle Philly, my main guy. Uncle Philly, are you a firefighter? Is that what I remember, or am I mixing you with somebody else? And if I am, I'm going to feel bad. Because you're an OG of the OGs. I didn't actually watch the clip. I just seen it in some underground forums. Like, I've completely went dark to the media and everything. I seen too much stuff. I know too much stuff, and I needed a Zamboni, Uncle Philly. Ooh, Zamboni, nice. Where do you do the Zamboni at, Uncle Philly? Damn, I wish I could. I always wanted to ride a Zamboni. I only got to do it once when I was a kid at a Falcons game. They were like some minor league hockey team. But I always wanted to get out there and just be like, all right, let's see what we got going here. Get the fuck off my ice, What's that, Sidney Crosby, you pussy? Get the hell off my ice. Oh, very nice, Uncle Philly. Doing your part. Doing your part for the kiddos. Hey, man, that's a form of giving back. Without you, they couldn't be doing they couldn't have their hockey games. Think about it. That's why I say, the worst thing we can do is sit at home and do nothing. Even, I'm disabled, and I still went back to work, but now I'm just so fucked up from a broken back and stuff that I had to finally give up. And then with Julie's injuries, but instead of, feeling sorry for myself like I did at 23 when I got in the car accident and fucking asshole, drinking a little bit too much, ran a red light and fucking broke my back, So I had to learn to deal with shit. And then when shit happened with Julie, it just brought me kind of back to a dark place. And my son, obviously. It's not easy when your 6-month-old breaks his femur in a car accident and mom and, you guys know her story. I do this, guys, just for a reason. It makes me remember in my head. You guys are probably like, what the fuck's he doing? Because there's only two choices here. One, and there's not going to be much in between here now when we come down. Or it's going to start doing something like this and pick up some volume, you know, or it's going to get bitch slapped back down here again. Like, there's not much this pattern can do right now. I know, Peter, it's such a fucking shame. We got some smart motherfuckers in here. That's why I like this community, for real. We have some smart sons of bitches in here. I knew I was amongst good people in this community. Bluntrama's the man, Andu. That guy's, he's somebody who's not been around as long as some of you other guys, but he's a funny son of a bitch. Yeah, Farcon 10 days, the Q drops have predicted it. Yeah. Just remember, though, the Q drops, don't get sucked into them too hard, because that is nothing more than a government machine. Even though they say it's the military government propaganda machine, it's still run by the government, so take that for what it's worth. But there's a lot of valuable information within it. Just, you know, be cautious. I'm using the 1 minute time frame, Omar. Right now I'm in the 1 minute. That's why it's only going down to 134. But if we pull it out to the 4 hour, you can see what's happening here now. You can see the head and shoulders pattern. And if you guys remembered, where did I predict this? Somewhere around here. Like, something ain't right. Just the way the pattern was descending. And we never even got a bounce. Like, it was so popular up here. The 3 tops of hell that I always tell you about. You know. But we never got a bounce. And it was weird. It was just weird the way it worked. And then the bounce all the way down. And to only get back up to 137, I thought was a very telling sign. I mean, supposedly had all this buzz, and everybody was dying to get an XRP at $1.80. Get the hell out of my way. But then nobody's going to buy it when it dropped like that. It was alarming to me. I think the more alarming thing was the fact it dropped a second time. The fact we hit under there twice, I couldn't believe it. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's all a gamble, but if we do have a triple bottom, you know, and like, what's this doing right now, guys? You've seen this long enough. This would either do one of these, like I said, it would come up. And either way, it's developing a head. But how high would it go? Could it get up that high? I don't think so, because there's no volume. That's the only... If there was volume, this would be different. I'd be like, let's get on this. We're at $1.35. No harm, no foul. But I'm not going to tell you guys to buy when there's no fucking volume. Like, look at this. The volume's alarming. If I'm not going to buy it, I'm sure as hell not going to tell you to buy it. I hate not having it, though. Like, I almost would rather just have it and see it go down 90% and just keep buying it. I'm almost at that point. If we get to the 30th and it's still like this, I'm just buying it. You guys can make your own fucking decision, but I'm buying it. I don't know how many more days I can go. I've had this for so long. And not to have it right now, I don't feel good. Like, I feel sick to my stomach. And I don't know how much longer I can do it. I almost just want to buy 1,000 shares right now just to have it. You know? And I've never done this. I've never done this with XRP, but it's saved me a lot of money, and I know it has you guys too. And so what if it backfired to $1.52? I get that, but still, fuck. It would be and I have such hope because I've been watching it so much, and it would be just. We're not going to be selfish this time. Like I said, once we get back in this range, we're buying it. And if we have a triple bottom and it just doesn't go below, whatever. But I mean, I find it hard to believe it's going to hold that wall up a third time. There's nothing here. There's nothing. There's small levels of resistance, but basically nothing in there. And that whole wall, which means on the way down, it's got to have more formation. You know, there's just going to be more, you know. It's just going to be more. Let's go through all mine and remove the drawings. I have so much stuff drawn that it's fucking crazy. Yeah, it sucks, but now our patterns are destroyed. You know, everything we did on the way up is gone now. If we reinvert down. I already know the levels on the way up. I know I'm on the way down too, but for argument's sake, you know. And I have ADA up here because ADA is a popular one. And I think when it gets to the bottom, you know, if we have a little bit of funds left over, ADA is going to be one of those coins that it's going to be very tricky. I think that's going to be one that pops later on. I know, dude. Omar, I know. I need to get a little bit of them. Andu said, brothers, same with me. It does. It does. Guys, yeah, it's on an inverse head and shoulders. That's why I said it was going to bounce up a little bit. Right here, it's on an inverted head and shoulders. But we're also coming off a huge bottom. That's why you had this blow off the top. That's what this blow off the top is, off the head and shoulders. I mean, off the inversion. That's why I said when it got back to 95 cents, you guys, you know, if you want to buy it, buy it. I should have. If I wasn't sleeping, I would have bought it right here again when it came down. Because I knew there was going to be a double bottom. That's why I said it. I even came on and did a special show. It had to come, or not there. What am I? Yeah. Because it came here, then bounced back up, was hanging around 115, 120 for a while, and then it came back down to like 95 cents. So this inversion's complete. That pattern's complete, but because of the size of the inversion, we had a nice bounce up. But now it's already creating this end of this formation. I don't even know if it can get up that high. I'm just saying, if you looked at it, you could get that 144 bounce maybe. I don't even know if it would be that high. Oh my god, you stupid pen. I can't believe you just did that. I had it perfect. I mean, you know. Sorry, I just like to do stupid things. Yeah, it's like 44% from fucking there if it got up there. So now if you look at it too, though, if we did, you know, let's just say if we did, this is why we're trying not to buy in until the last minute. If we can always, you know, if we can always, you know, if we can hope, if we have any chance that we don't have to buy in here, this is the reason why we wouldn't. Oh, fuck, I kept that way down there, no wonder. This pen's trying to beat the death of me right now. So it goes back down there, you fucking kid. God, I hate how it does that. Stupid. But it's a huge drop. You know, you're saving 35, 40, 50% from here. If it does that. I told you, it's a huge fucking risk. What we're doing is a huge risk. Before Christmas, I don't know. But something tells me it's not going to be anywhere near where it's at now. I don't think we're going to be in the 1 digits anymore. I think at worst would be somewhere in the 2 digits. I honestly do, just because of what's going on. XRP is going to fucking climb like crazy. Very true, Peter. That's why I've stocked my portfolio full of commodities. At the end of the day, having some intrinsic value is going to be, it's going to make or break in some of these situations. It's true. I agree with you, like an knuckle. No, I know, dude. XRP, like I told you guys before, I stopped literally online gambling, and I was good at it. Every dollar I had, I started putting into this. Because this is the gamble in itself. But, you know, doesn't that look a lot different than it does in the 4 hour right now? On the 1 minute? Does it look like it's showing any strength in the 1 minute? You know, it's a lot different. Right now, it's got one of two choices. It's either going to keep building this right side or it's just going to collapse, and this would be the hook of the elbow. Damn right, Toby. Oh, and the last time frame I was in the 4 hour. This one's in the 1 minute. I usually go in the 1 minute. Right on, Prager. This is the... Yep. Like I said, even in the stock market, I've only got one stupid call on iBio, which I hate that I have it, but it's a gamble. But I was up like $4,000 or $5,000 on it, so I kept $1,500 in there and said, "Hey, I'm gonna ride an option out until fucking July." It could hit 250 because it had a huge retrace, but I started doing this, so I said, "Fuck it, I'm never gonna look at it." Now I'm down 94%. That $1,500 is worth about a whole $58. But it's starting to go up. It's up like 18% this week, the actual stock. And like I said, it's until July, and it has to get to 250, and it's got like $1.06 to go. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it is. Oh, if lockdowns happen again, you're not... It's going to be something you guys have never fucking seen. I'm telling you, I have a whole thing that I should do on a podcast. I'm good at this, but you should see me... I don't know. But, like, here's the thing, guys. Let's just say, for hypothetical purposes, let's say right now, this is where we crashed, right? This is where it happened. It's not going to, but I'm saying for hypothetical, you know, hypothetical purposes, let's just say, after we did something like this, and we created a head, then we came down, then we tried again, then we came down. Let's just say that's where we had the major flash crash. Did we not invert there? So on the way back up, you would know. This would be a point that we would have to stop off at. You know, it's that simple. Unless, you know, the pattern's not complete. This could all be, you know, it could have restarted the pattern. But again, it started on a head and shoulders when it came up. So that's not a promising start. And the fact that we're not going higher, that's the point. Once you stop having higher highs and you're on a head and shoulders, you know, we might have to, Mike. Or we might just have to buy a fucking state up after XRP blows up. I know, dude. Ken, that's the thing. The volume is so bad. Prager, I basically do too. I mean, it's all sitting in my USD account right now. I got like 4,600. I'm going to do, you know, I'm going to have like 5,500 probably is what I'm going to set with my set figure. Had a couple grand more just because I did good on XRP. But guys, I do have like 8 of those coins in, and I'm processing it with Julie right now to try to get some of these shipped out. I'm waiting. I have to wait until like May 18th to June 5th to get the last 40 something of them. But I'm adamantly working. And yeah, kind of absolutely, that would be cool. You right, got that right, guys. They are. Farcon, they absolutely are. They're nothing more than a mob. Man, it's fascinating watching these charts right now, though, because in the 1 minute, you've got defined order, it looks like. It really does. It looks like we've got a defined structure. You know, there's not much real inversion here. It's mostly top heavy. You know, because we have no volume, so it ends up like that. But then when you look in the 45... You know, you're kind of seeing the same thing. So she got that inversion right there. But I mean, the pattern's not done. It needs to come and do what it's going to do. I'm not even sure. If there was no reason for it to come way back down right here, there's not even really anything right here, any reason for it to have that much staying power right there. We had a little bit of time right there. So I'm saying it's 50-50. Just the fact that it bounced off that twice and it didn't spend very much time there. But I mean, it had such an easy time on the way up. You see what I mean about the structured fall down? It was such an easy way up. There wasn't much, you know, not much problems there. It was pretty straight up. So the way down's not going to be as straight. And it sucks, you know, because we're at a time where I don't want to not be an XRP. That's what I keep saying. But it really looks like to me we're forming this next side of the head and shoulder. Within even the shorter time frame. We just had to make a bounce up because we had a big inversion, so we had to have a bounce up, and that's all it said. That's all it's doing. I wouldn't be surprised if the head formed, it had a nice 8-9 cent run up, you know. Let's get back into the 1 minute. So I don't, because it looks so different on the other ones. That's what I'm saying. A chart can change so quick that it's nice to have expertise in the 1 minute. Because then when people are still trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, you're like, hey, you know, I've seen an inverted pattern all day, so I'm pretty sure we're looking good. Or I've seen a head and shoulders just, you know, we're on the incline, but there's no inversion in the pattern. So we've got to somehow come down and re-invert. So I know something bad's going to happen. In the 1 minute, it doesn't look as promising as the other one because it's not. With no volume, this is a death trap. I use TradingView. Oh, no, this is the 3 minute. That's right. I went to the 3 minute. Sorry. I don't know why I said the 1 minute. But I went to the 3 minute so you could see the more structure. In the 1 minute, you'll still be able to see similar, but it's going to look even worse. In the 1 minute, it almost looks like we're finishing off that part of it again. You know, and then after this, then what? It's a pretty big up. You know, then what? I don't know. Because this isn't as big of an inversion as everybody's making it out to be. It double topped on the inversion. I mean, it should have theoretically from right there. It's telling you that. I mean, it's so hard though because it didn't come up high enough. So it's hard to say, oh yeah, that's what this is. But doesn't that kind of look like a W? You know? Well, and then you go like that. I mean, it kind of looks like it, but it didn't come up as high as I really thought it was going to push 140 in that middle part. I don't know why, I just did. And then the volume just kind of shit on itself. Even worse than it was right at that point. Oh, yeah, it's definitely 50-50. But it's definitely going to be a flash crash. That's why I keep saying if it happens, right when it touches under $1, you buy it. You buy so much of it, and then you make sure you have enough for if it keeps going down, you buy certain amounts at each level. If it goes up, we've got the bailout plan at 152 because 166 is a huge rejection point if it hits it, but we might as well take the ride from 152 because there's nothing between that and 166. Thank you, RJ. Yes, I did. RJ, I don't recognize your name, but yeah, I've been calling this since Bitcoin was at 64,000, and my channel is relatively new. It still is. I'm only almost 4 weeks, and I just had an unbelievable amount of growth, and I'm not sure. Never expected it, but yes, RJ, I absolutely noticed what you're talking about. Yeah, Bitcoin's in some trouble, guys. Look how much it's dropped. I didn't want to say anything since I came on. I did notice it twice, though. I just didn't want to say anything. It's down 1,200 points now, guys. I know I've been distracting you. And what do I always tell you? If this falls down, it's,
All those lawn care products got you overwhelmed. Just one bag of BioAdvanced 5-in-1 feed is all you need. One application.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, RJ, it's weird. I know I recognize your name. I just know that you... I don't know. I guess you have been around longer because looking back on it, I remember you commenting. Actually, were you part of the crew before it went to $1, RJ? For some reason, I feel like you were now that I think about your name. You've been here since before $1. Like, you're an OG. Oh. Andu, I honestly think if you guys don't want to not have XRP and you've sold money or you made money on the way up and down and, you know, we saved money by not having to be part of that flash crash. You could buy it now, and then once it gets to $1, buy more, keep cost averaging, and then when it gets down, to 90 cents, buy more, and 80 cents. And then by the end of it, you're still under $1 cost average. It's just, we're taking this gamble, and I think I've got to go by what I think, what I think is going to happen based on what the charts are telling me. And if I can save a few dollars, I'm going to try to do it. It's a gamble, yes. And the patience is killing me because I'm not a patient person. But this is going to be one case where I think us being patient and keeping our money on the sidelines is going to be huge. Look, I cashed out a Digibyte at around 13. And yeah, it went up to 13.6, but I said, hey, I feel comfortable with 13 cents on 28,000 when I only bought it for 11.6 just to ride it up for a little bit. So I didn't want to get greedy. Got a good 10, 15%. My guy, though, Leganackle. At least you remembered and you put in the work to get back. I think people are taking out money from Bitcoin because Biden talked today, and I told you guys. I thought tonight overnight, I did a live stream tonight for a reason. I thought tonight overnight was going to be interesting after Biden talked. JRB, blessings back at you, my man. Andu's been here for a while, man. He's also been here for a long time. Glad you're still with me with all this, dude. You've actually been, it's been nice having you commenting too. And I've actually got to a bunch of your guys' emails. I know I've talked to Toby a few times through email. Few people, I overlooked a few emails and I feel bad because I pissed some people off. But here's where the clocks change, guys. This is where it's going to be interesting. You guys know what happened. Not that it changed, but how we change at 9 o'clock and then we change again. I'm going to be interested to see what happens when the cycle changes in the morning. How far down is Bitcoin going to be? Or is this just a fake? But we're just at that part of the pattern where we don't have much structure left for Bitcoin, guys. We really don't. It's the same thing with XRP. There's not much structure left. Here, we're going to go in left. And we had to go up. We were inverted. Isn't it crazy how similar XRP is to Bitcoin? It's insane. There's so much stuff going on. I'm like, and with XLM, if it does go down and we can get 35 cent XLM, that's the risk worth taking to me. So what? I would have to buy it at 52 cents and I would lose a few hundred shares. The gamble that it could go down under 40 cents and to 35 cents and 30, that's worth it to me. Yeah, 1 o'clock we usually have either a big pump when markets open, or we have right now, the fact that at 1 o'clock no volume was still coming in is kind of alarming. That might mean that we're about to fall off the cliff. That's I don't know, Mike. Man, am I tired. But guys, if you want to donate, drop a donation. I got this cool fire thingy majiggy that apparently it does. But yeah, it's 6 a.m. in Ireland. It's 1:03 where I'm at. Heard that too, Leganackle. I've heard that. And I've heard rumblings, but I can't verify if it's true or not. I'm just Tom. Good times, good times. One day people are going to realize, though, especially the people that came through this channel and just completely, fucking tuned me out because they didn't like what I was saying. They're going to be like, damn, I should have listened to that guy. We're just at an extreme part of this pattern right now. Remember? Everybody thought because it was inverted here that it could go when it was doing something like this, and it never did. It just went up a little bit and then shot down. We could be dealing with a similar thing here. Or it's just not going to gather any volume. Something tells me too, Ken. Something's up. Bitcoin didn't just fall 1,200 for no reason while I've been on. And you know when Bitcoin starts falling, man, it falls fast. You know, Doge is building the big flag too right now, so that was a nice big head and shoulders there, but that fall is going to be great. This is another spot, like people are buying in the perfect spots to buy in to be trapped on all of these, if you look at it. Even Ethereum, it's being safe. Ethereum's coming back down too. If you bought Ethereum at like 2,100, I would sell it right now. Because you're probably going right back to where you bought it, at minimum. Right on, Andu. I totally agree. But yeah, Ken, without volume, it's a death trap. No matter what I go to, Doge, it's not even like Doge has crazy volume. But with Elon Musk coming out and saying he only had 180,000 or whatever invested in Doge, it made it go crazy because people are like, holy shit, it's not his money boosting it up, not knowing that it's the other asshole boosting it up right now. But I don't know. If Bitcoin was at 38 to 40,000, Omar, if it was at 38, 40,000, XRP would be probably sub 80 cents. 85 cents max. Probably around 75, 70 cents. There's a possibility it happens. It might not happen all at once tonight, but once this right side it's either going to fall off, Mike, or we're going to get some volume in it and it's going to shoot up to like the 152 range with XRP. And with Bitcoin, for that to happen for XRP, which I just don't see it, it would have to go to, Bitcoin would have to have a blow off the top to 60,000 if you want to see, XRP contending with that 166 line. But anything short of that, it's going to be a long journey, and it looks like we're just delaying the inevitable right now. If you notice, the tune on YouTube's changed just a little bit, talking about how it looks like we might have got stuck in a bull trap or in a head and shoulders formation. I mean, it's easier to see it now, but if I was saying it was a bull run, I wouldn't say, based on what I've seen right now, that the bull run's ended. But I called it a bull trap, and there's no way in hell I'm going to say it's not a bull trap. Because this would be the epitome of a bull trap, and it would trick even the finest analysis. Oh, yeah. For some reason, that's definitely been the case the last few nights for sure, Ken. I don't know why that is either. To me, that makes no sense. But the only thing I noticed last night and tonight too is when the Asian markets opened up, there was no volume boost. It's still as dead as it could be. Usually when Asia opens up, you get a volume boost. There's nothing. You got this right when the market opened for probably Asia. That's why you got the 900,000, 700,000. But, even in the 30-minute, look how small these volumes are. Remember in the 1 minute when we were getting 1, 2, 5, 10 million sometimes? Look at this. 40,000. I mean, these are us. This is embarrassing. 950 on that minute. You're not going to make a big move up to the next level if you have no volume. It's that simple. Because with no volume, there's always going to be the sellers. There's always you and me. But look, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Look what that formed in the 1 minute while we weren't paying attention. Look at that W. Damn right, Emerson. Damn right has been. It does like an Aki, and that's why I said if Bitcoin hits that level, it's going to be scary. Because it could... There's a huge drop point for Bitcoin. And if that happens, it's going to tell you. XRP is going down with it because we have to reinvert off Bitcoin's nuts. So who knows? I don't know. I just know it's going to be interesting. But I mean, honestly, there's nothing that I see that would change what I've been saying. I'm going to have so much fun teaching some of you guys that are in that class. Like, if you guys are interested in the class, I wasn't even going to talk about it, but it is filling up. It's filling up a lot faster than I thought it was going to. I'm going to be honest with you. We got 25 students already. Made it open for 50 people. So if you're interested in it, don't delay any longer. Because I was going to keep it open for a little bit longer. Or, I mean, only until Saturday, but fuck. The W, okay, so when you're going up or going down, if you see a W, it means it went up, sold right off back to the base, went up again, and if it went back up there, that's fine. But if it comes back down and creates the full W formation, chances are, unless the volume spikes 3-1, you're going to have a pretty big drop down after this pattern finishes off, and it's almost at the end of it. And the bigger the W, the bigger the drop. And if it's an M, conversely, you got volume coming down, but then right away it gets eaten up. And then it gets down, but then at the end it gets eaten up again, then comes down, and then it just flies up. Because every time it comes down, it's meat and then goes back up. In the W case, every time it goes up, it slams back down to where the formation started in the W. Basically, I call the W death. You want the M. Wario bad. Mario is good. Wario is bad. We got a lot of members already. I'm so excited. So if you guys want to join the class, it's $50. What is it? $50 for the month. 2 classes a week, 1 hour a day, 8 classes a month. It comes out to like $6.60 a class. It's such a deal. And if you want to learn the charts or you just want to hang out more, that's a great place to do it. I'm going to be doing it in a class setting, though. I paid for the server. I'm debating whether or not I want to do it on, if I'm going to do it on Twitch or if I'm going to do it on, I have another setting on Google Classroom that I can do it. That might be more effective. So we'll just see. I'll let you guys know once enrollment ends. But I need to be unedited. And, I have to be able to do my thing. So if you guys want to join, send me an email at strutrugali@gmail.com. That's strutrugali@gmail.com. First class will be an introduction. I'll get you downloaded the right software. We'll get you in the Heiken-Ashi. We'll get you in the 1 minute. We'll get you on candles. We'll be on Eastern Standard Time, Farkan. So I'm thinking I'll talk to all you guys in the discussion. I'll leave some more messages. I know some of you guys that are in there already. We have a discussion board and, we can talk about things if we want. But, it's going to be simple. A lot of people are, probably, I'm going to do it Eastern Standard Time. So if you're on my time zone, it would be after work. So it'd be 7 o'clock, probably 7, 8 p.m. But it'll be the same time every class. Oh, no, Farkan, no. Ask away, brother. I like when people ask. That's how we get on the same page, by asking questions. Oh, welcome back, Jason. Jason, North Carolina. No, you're not being pushy. For the 48 people here, welcome. Do we have 48 likes? 34. You know, I can't be mad about that. That's pretty good. Out of 48 people watching. But if you haven't hit that like button, hit that motherfucker. Damn, 115. This has just been going fast. Hell yeah. That's right, Jason. Hit that like button. I'm telling you, usually on these kind of patterns, at some point, East will meet West. And unless it, you know, does one more stair step up. But I just don't, there's no volume. For us to think this is going up, there's just no volume. It's only going to take one push of volume where you get a 1 million in a 1 minute and this thing falls off the cliff. That hasn't happened yet, fortunately, for XRP. But you asked me what the W meant. This is what the W generally means. And if that was the only boost up, this could be a harsher drop down. Close chat. I know we're all just sitting here like, all right, what's going to happen here? What's going to happen with XRP? We hope that doesn't happen. Not yet. You know, that formed the head nicely. Didn't I just say it was forming a head? Looks like a head to me. The only thing that these can be, this is where it can trick you, though. That could start the pattern, you know. Sometimes it does that, and it tricks you. And then you get that little push up. Oh, Jason, I did it on the one that I was looking at. I'm like, oh. Yeah. No, that's true, Laganaki. That was a big zone that people were targeting, so I'm sure the narrative will change tomorrow even more. I mean, it closed, you know, it wasn't even significant, but the fact it couldn't push up that last 300 or 400 right when it closed, that was pretty staggering to me. Hey, Joe, welcome in, brother. Glad to see you in here. I sent you another email asking your opinion. I didn't get a chance to look at my emails again, but I apologize for not seeing yours the other day. I had so many of them that I just fucking overlooked a few of them, and I had to get back to a few people and apologize. Definitely not taking you for granted, Mr. Swanson. The KuCoin, yes, but the Heikinashi, you know, it right on, Joe, right on. Sounds good to me. I'm just very interested what this is going to do right here. Is it going to form this little head like I was saying? Because it looks like that. But I don't know. You know, it's just, I can't believe, even at this price, that the volume would be so low on XRP. Yeah, that is what it is. And if you guys remember in 2017, Leganaki, 2017, same thing happened. Bitcoin floundered. Ethereum held up for a little bit. And I often wonder, is it because Ethereum is so much cheaper than Bitcoin, and the first logical thing to do is dump your money into Ethereum because everybody perceives it as more stable. But right after that, Ethereum, you know, a day or two or three after started crashing, and then everything fell off the map. And then once it hit the bottom, though, remember what happened? That's after it hit the reversal on the bottom in 17. That's when all these things went up to all-time highs. XRP went off the fucking charts in 17. At this point, a lot of people, when it dropped, they gave up on it and said, yep, just XRP. You know? And then it came down and it blew everybody's mind. Well, you bought Doge because of the hype. You know? I mean, it's up. Doge is the one that's still getting some hype, so it's up, but That is for sure. You got that right, Joe. You got that right. But yeah, that to me looks like it's starting to develop the head. You know, and in the 45, you see the structure that it's building. So the 1 minute can be doing the head and shoulders, but that it can be doing that so that it stays in a certain range while it's building structure. If you go around, you come back to the other side, all the way around, you know, these are the same points we were having issues before. We're right back up to the right shoulder. Now, if we came down, you could say, hey, you know, got the indentation there. You got similar indentation there. Had a lot more resistance on the way down than we had on the way up. You know, when we came up the second time. But without volume, eventually these levels can't hold. And it shows you every time. One of the worst things you can see is this to keep happening. You know, you don't want to keep seeing such flash drops like that. Because you get down there 3-4 times and there's nobody left. Like, you don't want to keep seeing this. You know, after a while, you know, after a while the structure just breaks down. Like, and a bunch of volume came in. That's why I came over here. Because, look, a bunch of volume comes in and then you're fine. But without volume, what's going to happen? Nothing. These structures will break down. First time. Second time. Third time. Notice how it's getting bigger every time it breaks down? I'm not even sure what happened here to cause that. I don't remember. I don't even remember why it even dropped like that. But it was the double bottom, so I mean, it makes sense. But what happens if there's no volume? What happens if we get a circle like this? You know, now we're talking. Because without volume, there's nothing that this pattern can't do anything. Oof, look at that key. Yeah, 0.34 is not too bad, though. Yeah, Dave, that's, you know how it goes. You live and you learn. But at least you're not, like, you know, 50% down right now. Every point. Totally agree, Joe. Funny, I talked a little bit about old Elon when I first started the stream about with Bitcoin. Or I mean with Dogecoin. I mean, that is not, that to me, if I just bought XRP right now, for the first time, and let's say I bought it just now, and I'm like, all of a sudden I learned to read a chart after I bought it, and I was like, oh, okay, let's see how the charts are going. Well, you know, oh boy. You know, I say, hey, oh. And lost, you know, and look, you see how we had that huge inversion and up the bull trap. If this collapses right now, that would be exactly what you would expect in a bull trap. Well, I would not be the least bit surprised, Joe, if he was pulling a fast one on everybody. Because if you put it in the gematria, a lot of times when he was talking about Doge, he'd have a weird message at the end. And when you put it in the gematria, the U.S. breakdown, you know, the English breakdown from Judaism, it would actually say buy XRP, or it would say 2,000 XRP or whatever. And it was so weird. But yeah, they're all fucking, that's a whole big hype thing. And then people are like, what if he actually puts a flag of Doge on the moon? Did he say something about putting a flag of Doge on the moon? But that and the capital gains tax, if we look at it logically, you know, if it was you and you had millions of dollars, you know, if you had millions of dollars, guys, into a stock, or a crypto in this case, let's just say you had 10, 15, 20 million dollars in profit, are you going to cash it out before these laws take effect? Or are you going to hold it, wait to cash it out later, and pay the 40%? Or are you going to take the 20% savings right now and just cash it, pay the 20%, you know, pay half of the capital gains tax in a sense? Yeah, I would. And then I would just buy it back at a lower point, or when it started going up, because then I would have less, you know, when I sold it next time, I'd have less profit. There's no way, in the grand scheme of things, there's no way after what they found out that people are holding this thing if they've had it at 15, 30, 45, even 85 cents. Even $1.15 if you put large sums of money. There's no way people are going to leave that in there just to get hit by a double capital gains tax. It's not going to, it can't happen. Yeah, Trump talked about it on more than one occasion, actually. If he put a Doge flag on the moon, Dogecoin would be $1,000 fucking. Could you imagine the buzzsaw that would go into that? Yes, Joe. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Much wow. Right on. See, fucking A, I love some of you guys in here. Seriously, you guys are fucking smart. But guys, at a certain point, I'm gonna have to end this because it's a 1:26. I've done a lot of work today trying to keep you guys updated. Like, there was a lot of content today, and it caused my brain to go. But this is still kind of doing what I was saying when I first was showing you guys. It kind of looks like it's doing one of these, and then it'll pull back eventually. We've been here before. We've been here before. We have definitely been here before. But it's like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do if we came down to here? Would that be the retrace? Would we cut it off at the first level? I just don't see that. So then we go to the second level. I still don't see that. We've already broke through that twice. No problem, Jason. Thanks for sharing my world. No, Shiloh. Just wait. It's going to get even worse as the days go on. But just imagine what's going to happen. Like, I wish I would have been live streaming, but I was barely doing this when I was telling people to buy XRP in the beginning. Like, there was no credibility. So to go live and when it was going up would have been, it'd be cool now. Interesting, Dave. Thanks for you guys being a part of my mind. Thanks for you listening to the rambling. I mean, for how big of a rise it had to be coiled up like this, the fact of the matter is, if you got a big spike of volume, you could go up. But if you get a big spike of volume going down, there's nothing holding this up. There's no structure. We have no structure. It's almost like they're playing a huge game laughing at us right now. Like, look at these idiots. But everybody, 50 people in here right now. Wow. And 43 likes. That's a pretty good ratio. See? That's not bad. It's still weird when I look at this and it says I have 1,130 plus subscribers. That's so weird. Didn't we just get to 1,000, it feels like? Like yesterday or the day before? Got that right, Uncle Philly. Yeah, it's all sheep now, Mike, unfortunately. That's why it's cool that I found a community of people that don't have their heads up their ass. I'm sure a lot of XRP communities do, but I'm sure my vibe brings on a certain realness. That real recognizes real quality in this community. So I got to keep it free. I got to keep it with no subscription base. I just have to do it for me. And I appreciate all the support, but like, I have to do it for me. Because I don't want anybody to miss out on it, because I know how it is to have $2 in the bank, but need the knowledge and not be able to get it. So yeah, sure, it's one thing to take the class, but that's where we would go into something deeper. But if I can do this and do what I got to do, hey, some people tell me, it's God speaking through me, and I've always said I have a special connection spiritually, so I can feel what people feel. So there's a reason I have the abilities I do, and I've been given the gift, and I didn't get killed in my car accidents like I probably should have. But it's like, we're all one. So I said at Tom's Army, hashtag Tom's Army could be something big one day. But I mean, this is going to be a slow drag until either volume comes in or volume goes out. The 1 minute, see how boring it looks on the 45, but then you get into the 1 minute, we got some excitement. We got some excitement going on. Exciting times. Yeah, with the 10 days of darkness, or the 15 or whatever, if it happens, basically, I don't know if any of you remember the blackout that happened, like, I don't know how many of you are old or older. Well, not older you would have to be, but I was in my mid-teens when this happened. But we had a blackout across the United States and part of Canada and South America. It'd be like that, except it'd be worldwide. And the only reason why there would be a blackout is because they're changing over the financial system. Yep, 2000s area, JRB. Jason, your dad is the smartest man I know, and so pay attention. Yeah, tell your dad I appreciate that for real, Jason. Right on, Samantha. Right on. Right on. That's what I always say. Real recognizes real. And that's why this group, if you notice, we have a lot of similar vibes going on here. That's why it's got to be open to everybody. Open to everybody. No matter size, color, no matter how much you have in the pocketbook. No matter if you're fucking old, young, unless you're under 18, so I don't get fucking thrown off YouTube. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have glasses, if you can't see, As long as you have the will, as a people, we all can stride. We can all stride. And if we all are fucking working together, that stride's going to be that much bigger. And if we all have eyes on the chart and we all can help each other, I mean, look at this. We can all make this happen. I mean, what are you guys seeing in this whole fucking formation? To me, I'm seeing nothing but every time we get a little bit of volume, which is none, we get smacked. We're showing some very poor formations right now as far as if we were going to climb. What do you mean nothing's keeping, nothing, Paul, nothing's keeping big. XRP's not afloat. What, because it says up 1%? Don't you remember earlier when it was at $1.44? This is all the game. This is what happens. It's got to bounce down levels. Right now, it's bounced between 138 and 130. Before that, it was 138 to 144. Before that, it was 144 to 152, but it failed 144. Joe, do you mind if I look at it while I'm on live stream? I don't want to look at your email while... If you don't mind, I'll open it up right now, but everybody would see it. And you guys can see how many emails I'm getting. It's fucking crazy.
5-in-1 weekly feed is all you need. One application anytime during the season.
Oh, awesome. All right, well, let's take a look. Let's take a look what Mr. Swanson sent. So, guys, these are all fucking emails, and you notice they're all answered, so I try the best I can. So, where's Joe? Ah, here we go. Well, Joe, just the very first sentence is exactly my biggest problem when I try to type, which is why I have so many fucking errors. I agree. I agree. That's spot on, brother. That is spot on. I was hoping for the same thing. I was hoping while he was talking, you know, we get like a 10% crash, but I told you these patterns have to play out, so it was playing into when he was talking. I firmly believe that. Joe, thanks for the reply, too. But yeah, the manipulation is crazy. If it was for real, after wave 5, I mean, in order for us to get up to 165, before, I mean, just in any kind of pattern like this, you would have to have some significant volume. Absolutely. XRP is the most manipulated market. And this would be the push you get right after the W, and then once it stops, generally, you get another push down. That's why I keep looking down. I'm like, come on, volume. If something's going to happen, make it happen. So if I got to buy it, I can fucking buy it. But there ain't nothing happening. Like, isn't it, don't you guys find it weird that when it was at $1.95, everybody's pining to get in, and now we're sitting here at $1.37 for multiple, you know, hours and hours, and no one's buying it? Where'd all that fucking interest go? That just shows you how many people don't buy XRP and how much of it is owned by big business and corporations. There's not many of me and yous that know about XRP, let's face it. Literally, less than 1% of the world population even holds XRP. So, there's a reason why. There's absolutely a reason why. And like, this looks like ass. If I was an investor and I had like $10,000 and I was like, oh, let's invest in XRP. You know what? I'm going to let this pattern play out because I can probably get it cheaper. Just based on the formations. I mean, there's such telltale signs in the 1 minute. Like I said, in the 45 minute, it doesn't look exactly that. Yeah, it doesn't look the same. But I don't know. Even after a drop like that, yeah. What's stopping it from getting back to 145? It's the volume. If there was any kind of volume, it would still be at 145. That's right, Leganaki. Or Leganackle. It could very well could be Shiloh.
Look, it doesn't matter when any of us last went bowling. We don't have to be good.
Never know. Never know, Dave. Yeah, a lot of people that read the Fibonacci, that's because they're looking at it at the 70% level. Every single person who's reading the Fibonacci thinks it's going to go to around 160, 165, because that's the 70 percentile on the way back up. But what they don't realize is in a bull trap, it can never get back up to the 70 percentile. It usually gets beat down at the 60%, which is roughly where we got beat down at the $1.46. We certainly do. It certainly feels like a calm before the storm. And I have a feeling it's going to be so swift, the drop, that at a certain point, once it hits that spot under like 89 cents, if it goes down that far, like I said, this is 50-50, guys. I'm just hoping more than ever that I am right about this, you know, long, drawn-out pattern. Because honestly, waiting fucking sucks. But at the same time, you know, money not in is the safest money. We've already made such profit that why risk it when these patterns are so unclear? Yeah, click that like button. Oh, we got 51 likes. Wow. We have more likes than people watching. I can't complain. What a loyal group we got going here. What a loyal group. That's pretty impressive. Be honest, that's pretty impressive. I appreciate that. What a night. And like as always, you don't ever have to donate to me through this YouTube crap, even though I have Super Chat on. There's donation links. So, if you don't want YouTube touching your money, I understand that. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. We're trying to see because if we can get some confirmation on some volume, then maybe we can look more into the buying pattern. But until volume comes in, there's no reason for me to think it's going to go up. Now, later in the morning, afternoon, that could certainly change. God, that is such a weird formation. But without volume, eventually you're going to break these levels, and it needs something. Anything. If I was holding XRP2, I'd be like, all right, I'm going to get a buying opportunity because this volume's embarrassing. And now it'll put itself in a can't-win situation on this pattern. So, yeah, that would be good, but if it bounces back up like it has to, you know, I'm just saying, we're coming out with this kind of shit now, and then it's eventually going to pull back. Unless this significantly increases, I mean, it's about as boring as it gets on the charts today, guys, because there's simply no activity. It's just, we're in this zone, we climb, we go down, within a 10-cent zone. So we've coiled up a lot. We're very coiled up. So a move up or down in a significant way is probably 95% likely with how coiled up we are now. That's what I'm saying. We're starting to get to this point where, you know, what direction are we going to make? Oh, that looks like shit. That's not how it goes. Don't look at that. Sorry about that. Stupid fucking. Like, which way are we going to go? That still looks like ass. Stupid pen. But eventually, you know, we're starting to form a triangle. That's why we're tightening up. Obviously, this zone over here is stupid looking because it should be more like this. But you get the picture. Maybe not. Maybe not, so I'm deleting it. You know? Or is it going to be something like that? Do you guys see volume coming in that great? I don't. I think we're more likely to finish off a pattern like something like that. Nah. What about like that? Or well, once it tightens up all the way, you know, once we tighten up, oh, that looks stupid, but, you know, once we tighten up, what are we going to do? That's why, Mike, that's why I said once you get under $1, just buy it. Because it's got some support at 98, 95 roughly, and then at that 89 cent. Once it gets below that and the floor drops out, it's anybody's guess that maybe we wouldn't be able to buy it. That's why, you know, when it's at a point still where people are like, all right, it's still going to be dropping, that's when you need to start buying it. So that's why You know, just depending on how long it drags out, I'm going to buy it at this level if it stays here until the 30th or 31st. There's no fucking way I'm going until the weekend without it. It's just not going to happen. This was supposed to be a quick play, but I told you it was a long pattern. Now it's starting to become a point. Hell, even if it drops down to 50 cents, who cares? Well, I care because then it's, you know, you buy a 1,000 chairs right now and it costs you $1,340 probably with the upcharges. As to where if you could get like 80 cents, you know, you're getting 1,600 for the same price. But yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty. That's the problem. There's a lot of uncertainty. Yep, right on, Jason.
I'll go first.
She's stepping up to the line. She's adjusting her grip.
That's an interesting, that's very interesting, Joe. Thanks for sharing that. Something to consider there. Leganaki, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if our uphold or our whatever the hell you use, you go on and it just has the spinning bar. But I don't think it's going to be that they crashed. I think everybody's focusing on if it crashed. You know, like all these exchanges. What if the power just goes out everywhere? What if we just have a power outage? Then everything's offline. That takes care of everything. I think that's the more likely scenario. You got that right, Mike. Nothing gets you higher than money. We need volume to show something, whether it's in the negative or positive. That's the thing. Like, it's not showing. I mean, the only thing it's showing you is a little bit of an increase. If you look at anything, it's not significant increase, but you've definitely got, you know, more volume in the negative direction coming in as of late. But it's not even that great. 435,000. It's not that great compared to what we have coming in, though. Absolutely, Toby. 50-50. Hilo Flyer, thank you, my friend. Yeah, the OSU in Michigan. Yeah, unfortunately, we got bitch slapped by them a few thousand times over the last 15 years. There is a chance. There is a chance. That's why I said once it goes under $1. Because if it hits that triple bottom at 95, 90 cents, and then it bounced off of it, I mean, even though it's still within a pattern, technically that could be considered the reversal side of the pattern. And technically that would be pretty bullish if it bounces off it 3 times and makes a rise up. DTC guy, have a good night, brother. Sleep well.
Don't worry, Julia, we're gonna win. I know how to bowl. I took it in gym class. It's real easy. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, no, Joe, the EMP, that's something that's grown in popularity right now and like the thinking of some people. But one that isn't going to be traditional. They're going to put it up in like the higher up in the, take out like our more of like our, not our satellites, but more of like the way the signals bounce down. I would say we're in the exact same trend as Bitcoin. To be honest with you. We just jumped up a little higher, that's all. Every move with XRPs, I'm elated. If Bitcoin goes up 0.25%, you can expect XRP to go up 1.5% because of the difference in price. They look pretty much on the same price. I mean, you could, but
Hey, service girl, we need a bucket of beer here. Yeah, that's what's screwing up our game. We're sober.
They're ordering beer. Then we will order beer too. I waitress, we will also have one of those buckets of beer.
Thank you, Todd. I was waiting for somebody to bring that up. Welcome, Saint. Welcome, brother.
Hey, I'm trying.
That is true, Mike. That is true. I mean, if something like that did happen, it'd be a little bit more than, hey, can we get our XRP and stuff? You know, we'd be at all-out war, unfortunately. You know, this pattern, I mean, it just feels like the bottom's about to drop out. But it's not going to happen in the next 10 minutes. You know, I like to look at it, I look at it in the 1 minute for the most part, but I like to take it on the 4-hour cycle. You know, so right now in that 4-hour cycle, we've still got 2 hours and 9 minutes. You know, so that means for the next 2 hours and 9 minutes, we're probably forming some kind of head.
We must be better than I thought.
But guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. It's almost 2 a.m. If you want to send something, I don't expect anything anymore. You know, especially this late. But I'm gonna give you a 5-minute warning. So if you want to send something, send something. If you want to donate, the links are there. If not, just sit back, relax, and let's all go. Ha 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 ha! The run, guys. I even showed my fiance and her mom the intro, and they both laughed and thought that was pretty gay. I'm not gonna lie. That gave me the best laugh of the night. That's the $1 million question. It's 50-50, Tabiru. That's the 50-50, it's 50-50. I personally think we're gonna go down. But if volume came in, yeah, I could turn it up. Oh, welcome in, Sam. Welcome. OG. We got some OGs, some real big OGs. From a chart perspective, it looks like we're going down. The chart perspective looks like we're finishing off a huge head and shoulders that's been going on for quite some time. That's why, I mean, if you're looking from a chart perspective, you wouldn't expect it to be anywhere less than 88 cents. And double bottom right there at the, you know, where this pattern started, you know. So I said, I think it's, son of a bitch, how the hell did we get there, pen? So, I thought for sure we'd get somewhere in here. And that wasn't this part. That's not what I'm talking about. Or when it got down to 89 cents. I thought we were going to come down here, have to reinvert at worst, and do something like that. You know, that put us around the 80, 75. But then I also said, if we came down here and looked, we're off a head and shoulders, so there's potential to come down in this range. And then if you break the pattern even farther, I said you could dissect it a little bit because we technically came off of an inversion and then blah, blah, blah. So, you know, I thought this level was a good level if we came down that far. I think, though, I really do, somewhere between that 85 and 58 to 85, I think is going to be a good landing spot. If it goes down. You know, there's always the chance that we're dicking around, we're coming off an inversion, and, you know, not that fast, but you know what I'm saying. If volume comes in, but, I mean, even when I'm trying to make the volume look cool, you guys can tell there's no volume coming in. There's nothing I can do to make this look good. 24,000, 15,000. I mean, this is in the 4 hour. 13 million? That's nothing. Look at the 1 minute. Minute 965? I mean, look at these buy orders. 550, 650. $22,000, $30,000, $2,000. These are all us. We could buy this. Well, I ain't buying $20,000. I can't do that. But some of you guys can. You get it. But to me, it just looks like it's forming a head right there. It looks exactly like what we were saying. And a head in the mini formation. Like, it all looks the same. It really does. What do you mean? What do you mean, Tiberio? So how come the price is still... Where's it going up? 24 hours ago, we were at $1.46. I don't get what you're talking about. Even when I came on, we were, if we're still up, we were at $1.38. How long ago? That's what everybody says. We're up. Up from where? A week ago, we were at fucking $1.98. I'm just wondering, where are we up from? Up from the $1.34? We're doing this because we have to bounce off of support resistance, and right now the support resistance line's at $1.38. That wasn't even a dip. That's part of a pattern. We have a 138, and I took it off, but this is why I keep the support resistance line on. When it came down, right? When we came down, this was acting as support. The 138 line. This was acting as support. Now, coming up, we're acting as resistance. There's also the next support line, as you kindly pointed out, $1.31. So, but the next support line's at $1.30, so we'll put it right there. So now we got to bounce around. We're breaking levels until we get to $1.18. We got to do whatever we're going to do. And then we'll go down, then we'll go up, then we'll go down until we either break topside with volume or continue this journey down to 124, then 118, and then after that it's just, but unless we get volume in, this 5-cent bounce, this is where people get trapped. They get their jollies off because they buy at $1.31. They're, holy shit, we're up to $1.38. Then they start buying more because they're like, hey, I made a good decision. I'm up 7 cents. But a lot of times, I pretty much feel confident what's about to happen in this next couple minutes. Oh no, I'm not. My guy, Tabiru. I'm not saying we're going down. You got to, Joe. I'm not saying it's going down, but I'm saying on this 50-50 pattern, there's nothing to me that says anything besides, what we're saying. See, and here's the little blow for the head. Remember what we were talking about? When I first came on, I said I wouldn't be surprised if we went to $1.42 to form the head. Because in the 45-minute, that's what it looks like it's doing. Like it's a little more defined now than when I came on. But still, these patterns are so long-standing. And everybody's like, oh, the inversion. And if what I'm saying is right, the bull trap. Because that's where, instead of running all the way down, they trapped you, and people thought it was such a good deal. But the whole point is like, there's been no volume during this whole big run-up. But you could also look at it another way. There's been no selling pressure either. Unless you got it all at once, and then we had 3 major drops of more than 25%. Those are big swings. Man, reading through the comments, you guys are some smart sons of bitches. Yeah, there's going to be no middle class once this next transition happens. There's basically no middle class as there is. They're basically, we got a bunch of people that make a bunch of money, or a bunch of people that are scraping by, or a bunch of people that are living off the system now. In the United States, we can't have a middle class. We don't make shit anymore. It's turning into Puerto Rico, guys. Turning into Puerto Rico. They don't have any inventory because they get hit with such a tax to have inventory. So any way that we make taxes, people are always going to find a way around it. So if it means not having inventory, or if it means not having places open or closing businesses, that's what they're going to do. If it means not having as big of a portfolio in crypto or stocks or whatever, that's what's going to happen. That's why people, you know, they should be turning to gold, silver, and platinum, because now the prices are going to start getting out of hand. And the government's been telling you not to buy the shit. Man. When you see Bitcoin at, you know, under 54,000, under 55, after we're at 62, where is that pressure to buy it? Where are the people? That shows you how institutional and how manipulated this shit is. Because not just, 5 days ago, if it was at 53,000, people would have stuck their dick up Bitcoin. Now they don't even want to do them with the rubber. Like, what the fuck? Man, it's 2 a.m. All right, guys. I'm having so much fun, but I'm fucking exhausted. I can't lie. I'm tired. I need to recharge the old brain. I'm really thrilled that so many people tuned in again from our community. I really am. If I leave and you're like, you know, I feel like sending a donation, just look in the description. The donations are there. But other than that, just keep watching the chart. It's gonna be a grind until it finally pops down or up. It's just, this is just brutal though. It's just, oh my god, I hate when it takes so long because it makes, I can stay entertaining, but Pregru, thank you very much, my friend. I really do appreciate that. Appreciate all of you, for real. This is what I do, though. I'll just sit here and watch my screen. You know, and then if something pops off, I'll be like, oh, you know. Guys, pay attention to Bitcoin. Yeah, like the damn video. I don't really have to say it today because I have 52 people watching, but I have 60 likes. So I'm pretty happy about that. You know. Much better ratio than we're used to. Oh, shit. XLM's working the same pattern. Basically, XLM's going to follow whatever Bitcoin and XRP does. So, it's at 50-50, man. So I told everybody, we're at 60-something XLM. You guys are going to be so happy when it's under 50 cents, and I was telling people not to buy it. Now, you know, it's up to you. You know, that's a good price for XLM, but if it does drop and it decides to go to the bottom side, you know, you're getting a good 15-20% off per share. So to me, it's worth the risk. To you guys, it might not be. You know, but to me, it is. And that's why I always say I'm not a financial advisor, and you shouldn't listen to me. But if the charts speak to you one way or the other, and you're like, man, this guy don't know what he's talking about. The charts say they're about to go up. Buy it. Just because I'm not doesn't mean you shouldn't.
America's private sector innovators and frontline workers, in collaboration with government and nonprofit leaders, rallied together and with vaccines developed safely in record time. We all look forward to America fully reopening soon, but challenges remain. Let government price controls be considered in Washington.
Hey, you know, Jason, there's nothing wrong with that.
To respond to future crises like COVID-19, say no to government price controls.
It's just so coiled up. Like, what do you guys think is going to happen? You think it's going to coil up and go up, or you think it's going to break, or, you know, you think this pattern's going to finish out off this right shoulder for these? Or do you think we're going to do, you know, an up? Or do you think we're going to, you know, do one of these and then dick around? Or do you think we're going to actually coil up like all the analysis and experts are saying? I'm just curious. Look at me. I'm going to pack one more bowl, guys, because I don't want to leave. Even though I can't barely keep my eyes open. I mean, I can, but I can't. I can, but I can't. Isn't it nice to be part of a community like this, though? We come to a video and, got to watch 4,000 advertisements. You're not hearing about a shit coin all day. Kind of nice. Hell yeah, Jason. I would have a joint burning too, but I don't have a joint next to me, so I just grabbed the bowl. But yeah, that's my exact thoughts. That's why I've been very, very, very honest with you guys that it's 50-50, and I keep saying that for a reason. It's not because I'm afraid to make a call, as you guys have seen in my past videos. I just, I don't want to put too much stock in the up or down, and that's why I said we have a game plan at 152. It's not like we don't have a plan in place, but, I happen to, me personally, if you're asking me my gut based on a charting perspective, and, I do say I'm the best in the business, and I believe it because I am. And I've given us both perspectives, and I'm just hoping that, Let's see. Jason, yes. Brandon, the U.S. economy inflation makes them.
I enjoyed nursing my children, the bonding and all, and the fact that it's good for their immune system.
Absolutely, Brandon. I agree with you, Shiloh. I think it's going to go down too. But RJ, you have a valid point because the power at B and the power of the people. But the problem with the power of the people is we don't own shit. Even if we buy 10,000 shares, that ain't shit. We're nothing. Even all of us in this room combined, we're not shit compared to one of these major investors.
Well, first of all, I'm really sorry.
That bad.
Sounds good, Prager.
When?
Yep, me too, Jason. I'll be doing it either way, buddy. Either way.
Hello and shook hands. How long did you sleep? I think about 15 minutes.
Yep, that's right, Dave. Very smart man.
Talking about putting levelers on the windows, and I just sort of nodded off.
Very smart.
After that, he woke me up. Apparently, I was snoring.
And then what happened?
Then I started crying.
You started crying?
Well, yeah, because I looked down and while I'd been asleep,
Wait a minute.
these great big wet milk spots on the back.
Oh my Lord.
It was just so humiliating.
Oh my Lord.
All right. Let's see.
And then I just jumped in real quick like I put on my coat.
Yes, sir. Jason, it is absolutely with the whales. That's why if we're not getting any volume, we know we're not making a major push because the whales aren't interested.
And then you left.
Yeah, I just picked up those fabric samples and went flying out of there. And that's when I fell flat on my face.
Yeah, Brandon, they should have already done it, but the Fed came out and gave false hope to people and said, oh, we're not going to raise the, until the end of 2022 or early 2023. The longer they wait, the worse it's going to be.
My purse came open and I had that
But I believe you have to have one big dump still before the SEC, dismisses the case, just so that all these big-time whales are going to get in way fucking cheaper. And it's all going to correlate. Yeah, sure, they're rich, but if the capital gains tax goes up by 20%, they're going to want to cut their offerings by at least 20 to 30%. They got to cover the initial 20%, and then the other 40% when they sell it on the other sale. So, they're going to want to make sure this is a good 30, 40, 50% cheaper, in my opinion. And the charts don't, they're not signifying anything different. And like here we are again tonight. Now we're 10 cents almost cheaper. But doing the same game we did between 144 and 146, or 140 and 146. Now we're just doing it 131 to 138, or 140. It's just the same tedious game. Bashir, we can look at it real quick.
first I couldn't believe it. They didn't even look
Yes, RJ, the wick-off pattern. I'm giving you a round of applause. That's the exact pattern we are in, buddy. Amen. Yes, sir. That's what I see, too. I see the wick-off pattern. I absolutely can see that.
the way he looks from the back in his flat.
Oh, we can look at those real quick. Guys, if you appreciate all this work, don't be shy.
Just an innocent comment.
Now, I'm not saying that the Colonel's doing it.
I don't know, though. Doge is just... To me, I don't know enough about Doge, but... To me, it just... If it's going to do what everything else does, it's got a significant crash coming down to... That's where this point was. So you'd be looking at a big fucking fall. I don't see this being... The only thing about Doge, though, that volume can come in at any time.
No, Don, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to change my mind.
And it's been low, but look still. Even in the minute, you're talking millions. There's millions of shares being moved. Even though it's a lot cheaper.
You wouldn't believe the hassle it saves. You pull a gun on a date, sets a tone for the whole evening. I guarantee he won't ask you out again. We decided to come visit you guys, didn't we, Libby? Oh, we're certainly glad you did. Feeling better? Yeah, y'all convinced me I'm being silly.
I can't argue with that, Brandon.
Man who calls home 3 times a day and builds a crib for his baby with his own hands and paints clouds on the ceiling of a nursery could possibly be having an affair. Yeah, right, Suzanne.
Yes, they will. And Brandon, once these big... Oh, what the hell? Once these bankers and everything come in, they're here to stay. It's not going anywhere, like you said. But yeah, Doge, I mean, look at it. What do you think? I mean, throw it in the 45 minute just to make it look like a more of a pattern, but it's hard to tell with Doge. Doge is a hard one because I haven't followed it. I've followed it the last couple of days, but when I was actually in it, I was given some great details on when to buy and sell, and people were making a lot of money. But the Doge community are douches for the most part. I can't deal with it. At least the DGB and XLM community are great. Very underrated communities. So it was a natural fit to bring them into my community. Because I love both of those particular cryptos.
Yeah, well, I had to exchange Olivia's car seat, and I thought I'd better stop by and say I got some new orders.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna have to be away for a week.
You're kidding, man.
Leave tomorrow night.
Where are you going?
I can't tell you that. It's top secret.
So true, Brandon. So true. I will not have any XRP forever at the very latest until once May comes around, the last day or two of April, that's when this experiment ends and I'm just buying them back. Not all of them, but I'll buy a certain amount. DGB's just stuck. Same shit. It's more stable, so it stayed around the same range like I told you guys. When all this started, it'd probably be right back where it ended, but I think DGB is going to be in that 9.5 cent range unless it decides to go back to here. I've had DGB for a long time, and this is where it came up from 6 cents and tried to stabilize. So that 8.5 cent range is a great spot to keep your eye on for DGB. We're looking at, if it goes in the same pattern as I'm trying, everything looks like it's building, you're talking about a 35% savings on DGB. We came up so fast. I mean, we were so cheap. I wish I'd have known about this coin last year. But I found out about it somewhere, when it was cheaper. Then it way cheaper than it is now. But I was telling you guys about it right around here. No. That's a lie. Right around here. End of March, when I first started talking about it, because that's when I first started the channel, and I owned it. But I hadn't owned it for that long. I had it somewhere, it was like 6 cents back here in February, and then it made a nice little run up, and I'm like, you know what? Then I started buying more, because it came back down here, and then it's just... But I think it's got to come back. DGB always does. It always drops back down, pretty close to the prior level, and this would be a pretty safe bet to say it would come back down somewhere over here. If the pattern's played down. Right on this year, that's why I said if those does crash down to 15 cents, I'd throw 10% of my portfolio on it and watch it ride to $1. It's just at this level right now, I I don't see the reason to just go dipping in right now because we want to make profit. That'd be like buying XRP right now with no volume and saying, hey, it could go to 150. It could also go down, 20% in the blink of the eye with no volume. So you got to be smart. Bitcoin's trying to make a little bit of a push up. That's why XRP, you've seen it go up 3 cents, 4 cents in the last half hour. That's because Bitcoin is trying to come up this right side. It had to do something. It's inverted. But even Bitcoin, that's what I'm saying. There's no volume for even Bitcoin. Like in the minute. I like to look at the minute because it gives the up to the minute momentum push. And there's no momentum. This ain't no momentum. Now, if I come on in the morning and Bitcoin's at 60,000 and all of a sudden in the minute it's showing a couple hundred to 1,000 being sold, well, okay, well, then we know. But to me, it looks like Bitcoin just blew off the top again, right? It's like we said it had to when it was inverted. And now, how much do you want to bet? I'm going to log off, but how much do you want to bet that that's the inversion of the shoulder, forming the neck, and then we're going to have something like that, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna let you go. It's been really fun. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I really do. But I'm exhausted. So links in the description if you want to donate. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the morning. I'll have a video to update you guys. But I'm T-Speaker222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM and Future Digibyte OG. Seriously, thank you each and every one of you for coming out. You guys all have a good night. Stay safe. The ladies, you guys and gals, have a good night. And stay safe. And I'll see you back in the morning. Probably around 9, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So about 8 hours from now, I'll put out a video. So again, guys, thanks everybody for real. Oh, yeah. I'm doing a live stream. I can't close out that way. Duh. You guys are awesome. Have a good night, everybody. Peace.